The second wave is ravaging India. The Prime Minister of India just spoke. For 6 straight days now, India has been reporting more than 200,000 new infections daily. 200,000 plus every day. It's a war that will need all of India's resources. But New Delhi cannot take its eyes off the border with China because Beijing is up to no good. As India grapples with the Wuhan virus, China has sensed an opportunity, it seems. It wants to keep the border standoff alive. It wants India to accept status quo. We say this because China is walking away from disengagement. Here's what's happening at the border. Nothing. No movement, no pullback. After a promising start, the talks have stalled, and China seems unwilling to discuss disengagement any further. In February this year, about 2 months back, both India and China had agreed to disengage at the Pangong Tso, the long and narrow lake in Ladakh. It was one of the flashpoints in the standoff. Now, the news of disengagement had come as a pleasant surprise. It was completed in 10 days straight. Both militaries moved back to their respective sites. A 4-kilometer long buffer zone was created. Patrols to the line of actual control were suspended temporarily. What about the other flashpoints? India and China had agreed to keep talking about them. That was in February. Now we are in April, and China refuses to disengage further. These are the remaining flashpoints: Hot Springs, Gogra Post and Depsang Plains. Reports say China had earlier agreed to pull back troops from here, but now they refuse to vacate. According to one report, China still has platoon-level strength with vehicles in at least 2 areas, Hot Springs and the Gogra Post. A platoon is a military unit that is usually made up of 2 or more squads of troops. Reports say China has some 60 soldiers in the Gogra Hot Springs area. India and China have held 11 rounds of military talks. The last one happened on the 9th of April. And it is believed that during this round, China behaved as if it is no longer interested in discussing the border dispute. Reports say the Chinese told the Indian side that they should be quote-unquote happy with what has been achieved. Is this a shift? Yes, it is. What triggered it? 2 things most likely. One, China reportedly wanted both sides to first de-escalate, then disengage. What does that even mean? It means pull back additional troops first, remove the backup, and then talk about disengagement at the front line. India refused to do this. That's because the situation works in China's favor. China can move its troops much faster than India. It has better infrastructure on the Chinese side of the border. So if both sides pull back additional troops and then there's a conflict, Chinese support will reach much faster than Indian support. And this basically weakens India's border defenses. So India rejected this proposal. The second point is China's own plan. Let me show you a piece. It quotes several Chinese analysts, and one statement stands out. One analyst believes that tensions can escalate from here on. And he gives 3 reasons for this. 1, the lack of progress in talks between India and China. 2, the arrival of summer, which makes it easier for soldiers on both sides to bring in supplies. And 3, America's drive to strengthen ties with China's neighbors. This, of course, is about the Quad and America's push to strengthen this alliance. So China could already be escalating border deployments. Reports say China has deployed a long-range rocket launcher as a deterrent to India. It is an advanced system, deployed 17,000 feet above sea level in Xinjiang. This province shares a border with India. So China has not only deployed a rocket launcher close to the border, it is also conducting drills with this. And this totally fits with China's modus operandi. This is how China behaves. It goes back on every commitment. India is still looking for a diplomatic solution, we are told, but it may not be easy. The last round of talks ended without a joint statement. And that's worth noting because since September last year, India and China have been releasing joint statements after every discussion. This is to play up the prospect of disengagement, but this time they did not. Instead, New Delhi did some straight talking. On Monday, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar spoke about the standoff and he said that China brought enormous force to the border without provocation and India must, quote-unquote, have a return to peace and tranquility on the border, and there are no 2 ways about it. Which means India's ties with China can only normalize when China disengages and restores peace at the border. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.